Welcome back, everybody. Today in the garage we're going to work on a simple project that gives me an opportunity to practice some additional skills that I haven't gotten to yet. In this case, it's going to be working with internal boring. That's not something I've tackled before, so I thought I would share my experience with you. And again, mistakes will be made. I'm still learning, but I'm improving, and hopefully you can relate or learn something along the way. But here's the idea. The idea is to create a container or a jewelry box, if you will. It's going to be a very simple design. I've got these two scrap pieces that were, they were together and they were kind of partially cut. This came from one of the proto boxes that I had purchased. And I thought this would be a good opportunity to work with trying to make two pieces merge together and fit together and make something useful. So the idea will be to have a lid that will have a recess and a lip, and it will fit down inside of the body of the container. And so this will be the body. It'll be very shallow, something to put some jewelry in or something like that. This will be the top, the lid, so to speak. And so this would be the material. We need to put a lip on this, and then this we need to practice boring and chewing out as much material in there as I'm comfortable with. Maybe leave a 1/4 inch sidewall to start with, maybe make it a little less. But I think what I'll do is do this piece first so I can find my final dimension to make the lip from this piece. I'd like to have a nice, easy, tight fit, but something that won't get stuck. So it can't be an interference fit. But that's the idea. Very simple project, but it gives me opportunity to finally work with a boring bar. This was gifted to me as well, like many of some of my tooling. In addition, something that I wanted to try was this insert. This was something shared to me, and it's specifically for aluminum, and it's supposed to not, supposed to make your cuts quite a bit better. So for comparison, I was just cleaning this piece up earlier. It looked like that before, and I used the standard, I don't know if it's a TPMT or TCMT. I think it's TCMT, and I'll explain what I know about it and what I don't know. But that's the finish I got from that. It's not perfect, a little bit of roughness, but it's fine for what I'm going to be doing. But I want to try this insert here and see if those finishes improve. The difference that I can find between TPMT and TCMT are that the TCMT is, I believe, it has less relief, meaning it's stronger, so it doesn't have as big a angles or rakes, so you don't have as much chip control, but they're stronger inserts. And the TPMT has deeper angles and grooves and more aggressive chip control, I think. Post down in the comments if you know what the differences are, but either one of those types should fit on your 3/8 inch style insert holders that take these style of inserts. But anyway, that's just an introductory to the project and what we plan on doing today. And with that, there's really not a whole lot more to do except get started. So I'm going to go ahead and mount you up in the lathe tripod so we can start recording some of this, and let's just get after it. Really, I just want to see how this boring bar works. What I'm going to do is start with drilling a center hole in this. I don't want to drill through, and then that's going to be the starting diameter, and then we'll just work our way through carving out this piece. So we've got to take some measurements and make sure that we're doing everything right, but that's going to be the project. So I'll see you here in the other tripod. All right, welcome back. I took a measurement, and the thickness, it's a little over 1 inch. total height for the thinnest portion of this. And so what I think I'm going to do is probably drill in about 3/4 of an inch to make sure I got plenty on the bottom. I don't have any flat bottom drills. I plan on starting with you know, this bit here, and I'll just come in 3/4 of an inch, and that'll leave me enough base material so I don't go through, and then that'll be the start of the bore. But for now, what I want to do is just face off the outside edge, because we don't really need to face it off because I'm going to be boring it out. I'm not sure if that'll cause intermittent cut. Maybe I'll go ahead and face it because I don't want to risk damaging the boring insert that I have. But anyway, that's what we're going to do. First thing we're going to do is try out this new shiny insert that I have and see if it behaves any better. So let's get set up here. Bring this back. I'm gonna have to put some angle in this. I don't have the right. That's what we're gonna go with. Again, I got my new tool locked down. Really enjoying that. This is gonna be some intermittent cuts. Hopefully it doesn't damage that bit. And off we go. That's very smooth. Very smooth. Let me clean some of this up. This aluminum makes such a mess. Chips everywhere. That's okay. But I don't seem to be centered, so let's fix that. And we'll start by getting the center drill drilled in, and that way we can use our drill bit. We'll use some oil, prevent some falling, hopefully. That should be enough to get us started. I think this drill bit is dull, but I'm going to try to use it. I'll try a little bit more. My tail stock is sliding backwards a little bit. Tighten it down a little more. All right, let's try again. Just pushing my tailstock back. Let's try something different. Let's try a new bit. Before we do that though, let's measure this one. There we go. It's back. There is a start of our hole to practice our boring. Boring. Hopefully this video ain't too boring. That's right. I can joke around too. All right, let's get this cleaned up. I want to take this out of here. We'll clean all this up and then we'll get set up to begin our boring operation. Here we go. We're gonna give this a shot. Again, I only need to go in 3/4 of an inch, and I don't trust any of my dials. So what we're gonna do, which actually it's not gonna go in 3/4 of an inch because that's a tapered hole. Let's take a measurement, how deep that is first, and then that is what we will make our depth to. And then I'll try to clean it up maybe when it's all done to make it flat on the bottom. So for now, the depth that I'm going for, get that out of the way. Yeah, let's do this again. Is going to be 627 thou. So 600 thou, 627 thou. So here we go. This is my first attempt at boring using a boring bar. Wish me luck. go. Starting to get a pretty big mess of chips and stuff, but that's part of it. We'll clean this up later. Clean a little bit of it out of the way while we finish the top. So we have the bottom, other than it being polished, we have the base or the container portion complete. Now we just want to finish the lid or the cap, whatever you want to call it, and clean up some of these chips. I got this in here, it's pretty well centered. Again, I'm going to go down as far as I can in order to make that lip. I'm going to get some of this tooling out of here. Alright, I need to take about 150 thou off of the lip. It's actually 144 thou. So I'm going to bring that down to 140 thou depth. Total width between the two, that'd be better if I measured it that way, will be 1 inch 728 thou. So 1 inch 730 thou is what we're shooting for total width across. So I'm just going to take a little bit off at a time. I need to take off a total depth on one side of 150 thou roughly. Creates a nice suction. I'm not going any further. Now it's time to chamfer and continue on. So here we go. We're going to face this off, and then we're going to clean up the piece. I need to chamfer this inside edge a little bit, but I think I'll use some, like a file or something. It's just, I don't have a whole lot of room to keep chucking this up and make it look nice. So let's go ahead and face this off, and we're nearly done. That's nice. A little bit of a teep there. Yeah, let's chamfer that. And then we'll figure out how to chamfer the inside edge. It needs chamfered. I got an idea though. Get there. All right, here we go. Let's continue on. I got the top done. Let me mount you up here a little bit differently if I can. Let's see if I can get you in here. We're going to set you like that for this final shot. What we're going to do is just finish cleaning up. Sorry about the back of this, but I got you in a different tripod for now. I ran out of battery, but we're going to finish this up. You can see good enough. So let's go ahead and take this out. Well, before I do, I'll show you the fit that we have is a really nice, it's got a suction to it. Fits on there great. That's what I was going for. So what we're gonna do is the top is done. We got it nice, cleaned up. I like it. Got all the edges chamfered. Now what we wanna do, I wanna clean up the outside, the OD of the cup of the body. And so how I'm going to do that is I'm going to try to use the jaw. I don't know if it'll be too, we're going to find out. Oh yeah. So we're going to do this. This is the first time I've really ever used the outsides of the jaws, but this is going to, I think, grip on nicely and allow me to clean this outside up. Again, I'm not really going to take any off. I just want to use some emery cloth to clean that up. So let's get at it. There we go. Simple as that. There we go. Nice and cleaned up. I'm going to bring you over to the other bench here and we'll recap this video. All right, let's finish this up. Let's recap. There was what we were going for. And here is what we came up with. So, we've got a container cleaned up nicely. It's about 3/4 of an inch deep. The body is a little over an inch deep, probably right at an inch. And we have a cap, a lid that fits on there really nicely. So we made a really cool container. I went ahead and chamfered the edges just so it wasn't a hidden edge or anything like that. But what did we learn today? Well, we learned that we can use a boring bar and actually bore some material out. First time I've ever done any boring. Maybe this video was boring, haha, but I got to learn it sometime, especially if I'm going to do some inside threads. That's where I'm going to eventually progress to. I got a project in mind that I want to make some outside threads and inside threads, kind of like this, except I would be able to screw these together. But in this case, I just wanted to get them fitted and just make a container. So really, this was just about practicing using the boring. I also tested using this new insert that's shiny. I think it did it okay, but honestly, I'm not so sure that it's better than some of the other carbide inserts I've been using with some of the aluminum finishes I've been getting. But it's not bad. It's nice and smooth. I don't know. I just wanted to use it and test it out. I think it worked really fine. It worked really good, especially on the cross feeds. It's really nice and shiny on the when I was turning down the length of the material. You can see the difference. That's super shiny. Out here, it's dull because I used the Scotch-Brite, but in here I didn't. Even still, it wasn't that shiny on the outside. So it did do a good job when you're doing some power feeding or moving across the material. But at any rate, that's it. I'm going to close the video here. Just a very small beginner project, but again, something you can do. It allows you to practice different skills. And, you know, this time I was able to work on using and practicing some boring skills. So, as always, thanks for watching. If you haven't, please click subscribe. I'm getting close to that 800 mark. Hopefully by the time you hear this, it'll be over 1,000 by the time you see this video. But